Hi, good morning. My name is Kalyan Biring. I am working in Stark Visa as a operations head client service. So today we are back with the third session of question and answer round for Australia immigration. The first question which had came is from Rohan Barua. He is from Delhi, and the question is, what are the different pathways available for obtaining Australian permanent residency? Now there are different ways through which you can apply for a permanent residency in Australia. Either based on your skill set, directly you apply for PR from your home country. Second route, you go to Australia on a study visa, get a post-study work permit, complete 1 year of experience, and then probably you can apply for permanent residency visa. Otherwise, you can go there on an investment visa and later on get it converted into a PR visa. And the fourth way is you can go there on a work permit, complete 6 to 12 months of work experience, and apply for the nomination under employer sponsorship visa for permanent residency. Next question is from Randeep Singh. He is from Punjab, and the question which he had asked: how do I calculate my points for skilled migration under the point-based system? So one need to secure 65 points based on different factors like age, education, work experience, English efficiency to qualify for Australia permanent residency visa. If I talk about age factor, if you are falling between 18 years till 24 years, 364 days, you are getting 25 points. If you are falling between the age group of 25 to 32 years, 364 days, you are getting 30 points for the same. If you are falling between the age group of 33 till 39 years, 364 days, you are getting 25 points for the same. If you are falling between 40 till 44 years, you are getting 15 points for the same. Even though the eligibility criteria to apply for Australian immigration is of 45 years of age, but if someone is falling between 44 years till 45 years, they get 0 point for the age factor. So this is all about the age. If I come back to education, they will give you points accordingly. Like if you have done a diploma, then they are giving you 10 points. If you have done a bachelor's or a master's degree, they are giving you 15 points. That means there is no differentiation between bachelor's and master's, you are getting the same credentials. If you have PhD degree, then you are getting 20 points straight away. This point system is about the overseas education which you have. Now, whenever we are applying for Australia immigration, overseas education means any education outside Australia. If I talk about Australian education, they have a different point system, and they can give you anything between 5 to 15 points. There are multiple parameters involved, so definitely you can go ahead and check on the immigration website for the same. So this is about the education sector. If I talk about English efficiency, you can give multiple examinations like IELTS, PT, TOEFL. So if I just give you a comparison between IELTS and PT, because these are the generic two tests which generally people used to prefer to give for applying for immigration. If you are getting 6 on each band in IELTS, which is equivalent to 15 PT, you are getting 0 point for your English, but your scorecard is valid, provided you are meeting 65 points criteria. If you are getting 7 in IELTS, which is equivalent to 65 in PT, in that case you can go ahead and claim 10 points straight away. If you are getting 8 on each module in IELTS at least, which is equivalent to 79 in PT, you can straight away claim 20 points for your English efficiency. So this is about the English efficiency for which you can claim points. Now the next parameter, if someone is having an Australian experience. If I talk about the Australian experience point, they are giving you points for at least 1 year of employment in Australia, which should be in recent tenure. So you can claim a points anything between 5 to 20 for the same, depending upon the number of years of experience which you are having in Australia. But please remember, under whichever occupational code you are doing your skill assessment today, your previous employment should be under the same code, then only you can claim Australian experience point. Otherwise, you can't claim those points. Now, when it comes to marital status, they had awarded straightaway 10 points. If someone is single, widow, divorced, then straightaway 10 points one can claim. But if someone is married, then spouse need to meet two criteria to contribute 10 points to primary applicant. First criteria which you have to meet, the person needs to give IELTS or PTE and get a score equivalent to 6 on each in IELTS or 50 on each in PT to contribute 5 points. This is the first criteria which anyone needs to meet. Then you can come to the second criteria of skill assessment. So if spouse occupation is also there in the demand list and your subclasses are matching, only under those subclasses you can claim 5 points for your spouse skill assessment, provided your spouse is getting a positive skill assessment report from the respective authority depending upon the occupation. So these are the few parameters based on which you can claim points for Australian immigration to qualify for PR. There is one more parameter which I just forgot. that is NATI examination. It is nothing but a community language test. So there are certain Indian languages which is recognized in Australia. If I talk about the languages from India, one is Hindi, then Punjabi, Telugu, Tamil, Bengali, right? So these languages, there is a translation exam which you need to give. So if you are meeting the criteria of the translation examination, you can go ahead and claim 5 additional points for under the NATI examination test. Next question is from Jessica Rana from Mumbai, and the question is that what are the occupation list and how do they impact my chances of getting a permanent residency visa? So in Australia immigration, basically there are 3 different occupation lists which are available, based on which it is defined that under which visa category you will qualify. First occupation list is MLT SSL, and the visa category for which you will qualify is subclass 189. The second occupation list is STSOL, and the visa category for which you are going to qualify is subclass 190. And the third occupation list is ROL, and the visa category for which you are going to qualify is subclass 491 category. So if your occupation is falling under either of the 3 lists, you have as good chances of getting a PR. So there is no discrepancy in terms of the occupation over there. Just for an example, if you're going to ask me, if I take out some trade profiles like electrician, plumber, right, they have as good chances to get a permanent residency as a software engineer whose occupation is listed in MLT SSL. So technically we can't differentiate or we can't comment that these occupation have a brighter chance or these occupation have a lesser chance. Till the time your occupation is available, you are eligible to process your application and you have as good chances as a superior occupation than you to get a permanent residence invitation. Next question is from Angelina George, and she is from Maharashtra. The question which she had asked: can I apply for permanent residency if my occupation is not listed in the occupation list? So unfortunately, Angelina, we can't go ahead with permanent residency program if your occupation is not listed in the sorted skill list of Australia. So basically, they have 3 different skill lists. One is MLT SSL, second one is STSOL, and the third one is ROL. So to qualify for Australia PR, your occupation should be available in the 3 lists which I just specified. The alternate option which we have, that you can take the investment route, wherein there is no occupation list which is available. So it is purely on the basis of your investment. You go there, start up your business, and later on get your visa converted into permanent residency. So the next and the last question is from Ashish Roy. He is from Kolkata. The question is, what is the process for applying for permanent residency through employer sponsorship? So definitely when it comes to employer sponsorship, we are referring work permit option. So once you land in Australia and you start working with that employer in a particular location, based on your duration of employment, you can go ahead and apply for sponsored employer sponsorship visa for permanent residency. There are certain locations wherein even with 6 months of experience, you can go ahead and submit your application for state and regional nomination. But maximum states in Australia, they ask for 1 year of employment. Now, once you have that 1 year of employment, you will get additional points for your experience in Australia, and you will be preferred as an onshore candidate to get the profile shortlisted for permanent residency visa. So this is all about the question and answer round for Australian immigration for today. So we'll be back with more questions and answer rounds in future as per the requirement we have and as per the query we receive from different client of ours. Thank you.